what happens when we die? Is there life after death? Interesting question, right? Um, as a young kid, I've always been afraid of death, actually. I've been afraid of death for a long time. And that's why the idea of death, or the concept and then the subject of death, really fascinates me. Not fascinating in the sense of, well, I don't know. It's just, I wanted to have answers. As a young kid, I wanted to know, do we die or not? Because it was very scary to think about it. I mean, one day you're going to sleep and you're never going to wake up. Whoa, what? Not only that, I wasn't only afraid of dying myself, I was also afraid of other people dying. I mean, losing my parents was a very scary idea. I mean, man, I've cried my eyeballs out just thinking about losing my parents. So I really wanted some answers. So I've always been thinking about it since I was a little kid. One time I was in class, in school, I was 7 years old, and I asked myself, is there a life after death? And you know, I was always fascinated about religion and God and heaven and life after death, reincarnation and science about it. As a young kid, I was very curious about all those subjects. So I had some idea of the possibility of life after death. So I was just daydreaming, because I never listened to teachers. I mean, they never had to say something interesting. So in school, I was always daydreaming as a kid, and I just asked myself, is there life after death? And at the time, I only got one answer. It was just one word: energy. That was the answer. Is there life after death? Energy. You know, back then I was a little kid, and I understood the world around me, not in words and in concepts, but more in imaginative, by imagination, by insight. I could see things in front of me, like, oh, that's how they could work. And that was the exact same thing with death. It was like, yeah, so everything is energy. And energy, what does energy do? Well, energy is, it constantly transforms itself into other things. How do I, cannot really put it into words. What does energy do? I mean, what does electricity do? One time it's like it goes through your wires, and other time it becomes light. I mean, that's what energy does. Is, for example, when you burn wood, when you burn something, the wood partly becomes ashes, but it also becomes warmth, and the fire becomes warmth and disappears into the air. But the atoms that fire exists of, the molecules, the energy that fire exists of, it does not really disappear. It actually becomes something else. It transforms. Just like, actually, it was when I just grew up at around 14 to 15, 16 years old, I actually only realized the significance of the answer energy, because I suddenly struck on quotes from Albert Einstein, and Albert Einstein said that everything is energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change from one form into another. Exactly, just like I just explained, that energy constantly transforms itself. Now, what I was trying to say is, good point. I just forgot what I was trying to say. I was talking about energy and stuff. Yeah, I got energy and stuff. Cool, I forgot what I say. But yeah, the point is, or the question was, is there life after death? Well, it's a very complicated subject, so it's somewhere in the middle. Yes and no. We know from science and from physics that everything is energy, and it's just like Albert Einstein said, energy cannot be created or destroyed, it can only change from one form into another. So therefore, yes, everything that exists eternally, not in the same form, because it continuously transforms from one form to into another. That's what is happening, or that is what will happen to when we die. We will just transform, our energy will transform, our body will become part of the earth again, and our soul or our life force or whatever that animates the body, that is which we really are, you cannot call it soul or spirit, that will fly somewhere off to heaven or something, I don't know, you can call it whatever you want. It will just live on, it will transform itself to another form. And yes, that's true. That's just physics. That's science. So yes, life is eternal. True existence is eternal. A universe is external and all that. Yeah, it's cool. But as far as we know, we only get one chance of being who we are right now. Right? We only get one chance of yeah. I mean, when we die, yes, maybe our energy and stuff may live on, but this guy, this body, my God, it's gone, right? I mean, it's not like people when they die, they appear to be gone, right? So yeah, we do not really live. Uh, we don't live forever. That was not the question actually. We do not live forever. That's true, but life after death, chances are we also don't take this body off to the other place. We take our consciousness off to the other place. Now, I don't know that because I'm still alive, so I cannot really answer that. The point is, and the message I just want to give to you is, yes, we might live on beyond our death, but as far as we know, there's only one. We only get one chance of being what we are right now, so we better make use of that, right? And if we even want to extend that idea of we only get one chance of being what we are right now, if you think about it, every single moment, we only get one chance of experiencing that moment. A moment, you grasp a moment, that moment is already gone. I mean, just I had my hand like this, and now it's gone. I mean, now it's like this, and I cannot go back to that other moment. I mean, 2 seconds ago is gone. Now that second is gone. I mean, everything is gone. We cannot grasp time. Everything goes away. So, point is, we really have to make the best of everything we do, because time or life is the most valuable thing we have. I mean, forget about money. Money, you can make a bazillion amount of money, but time, man, you can never get back time, and you cannot earn more time. No, you can't. Your life is very valuable. Now, the problem is that most people live as if they're immortal. But yeah, because most people live as if they're. Most people live as if they are. No. Most people live unconscious of their mortality, right? They don't take the chance of dying into account of what they do. They're like, oh yeah, let's party, take a lot of drugs, and I might die when I'm 23, but I don't know that because I'm not aware of that. I'm not saying that partying, taking drugs is a bad thing. You should decide that for yourself. However, if you would ask yourself, one day I'm gonna die. It's true. One day I'm gonna die. One day you're gonna die. We're all gonna die. Man, it's the hard truth of life. Everyone is gonna die. That's just the sad truth, but also a word thing that also makes it a worthy thing to think about it. If you think about it, or you ask yourself, what would I do, or how would I live my life if I would be aware that one day I would die? I mean, you would, if you were conscious of or aware of your mortality, of your chance of dying one day, wouldn't you do the things that actually matter, or actually seek out it? I mean, how many times do we spend arguing about stupid things to each other? I mean, if we would be aware that we one day would die, would we really still argue about the same shit? Would we still care about having the latest technology? Or would we see this bigger picture, like, you know what, what's really important is having a happy family. I mean, I'm just saying, it's just an example, but really, yeah, it's some deep things to think about. Now, to wrap things up, the question was, is there life after death? The answer is yes and no. Why is it yes and no? Well, as Albert Einstein said, everything is energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change from one form into another. So when we die, whatever we exist of, which is atoms, which is energy, it will change from one form into another. So it will live on in some form or another. But as far as we know, we only get one chance of being who we are right now. Right? I only get one chance of being Tony, this handsome guy right here. I only get one chance of being this guy. When I die, well, I don't know if I can bring this body up to where the hell it's going, right? My spirit is going to live on somewhere, but as far as we know, we don't know what happens after the death. It's like the black hole. We just don't know. So my point is, make the best of your life right now. It might be your only chance of being who you are. So you better take it. That's really a strong message. Yeah, I should remind myself every day of this message. Well, thank you for watching, and well, live your life to the fullest, because it might just be your only life you've ever given. I'm just saying, it could be. It's not for sure that we live forever. Well, maybe science one day will make us live forever. I would love to live 1,000 years. Whew, that would be cool. If you're 300 years, 340 years, well, back in the days, you know, it's 52, man. It would be funny, man. Yeah, cool. Now, I really have to cut this video off, but I just keep talking. I really appreciate you watching my video, watching me talk and sharing my thoughts. Yeah, but I think it's time for you now to use your time more wisely and do things that really matter to you. Well, I'm gonna give you a question you could ask yourself. What is the most important thing for you? And you could also add right now. And if you ask that question enough times, you will really create a picture of things that are really valuable to you. So anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this with your friends who are also mortals and we're also one day going to die, because this is a very important concept. I mean, life is very important. We should value it. We should be thankful that we are alive, that we are human beings, and we should make the best of it. Thank you for watching.